It is March the 8th, 2026. I was expressing some concerns about the oil market in a recent video, and we did see a big spike on this open, about a $15 spike up to 107 a barrel. Um, that's on the front month contract, meaning delivery in April. So that's for immediate oil essentially, versus further out contracts, steep backwardation. So you get out to December 2026, you can get oil promised for $75 a barrel. So um, what the market essentially thinks is that what it's saying, what those prices are saying, is that there's an immediate squeeze, but the market believes production and flow will be restored to normal by December of this year. So I disagree with that, um, but I do want to acknowledge that markets do work to uh, react to price adjustments. So an oil spike, what it's going to do. So what's happening right now? A lot of oil is staying in the Gulf because it can't get out of the Gulf, and so these Gulf countries are halting or slowing production um, because they can't export their oil through their normal channel, which is the Strait. There's also other supply destruction going on through infrastructure destruction in the area. Uh, so what this is going to do is these countries, these Gulf states that have run out of storage, well, oil is going to be cheap in these regions, even though it's expensive outside the Gulf region. Um, Arbitrage channels will appear where people are trying to buy that cheap and move it in another way to where they can sell it at a higher price. That is just a market function that will happen. Uh, and yeah, they're going to have to navigate whatever red tape, whatever government, whatever infrastructure damage, whatever war zone might be in the way of moving that oil. But they will seek to move that oil, and that will have a mitigating effect on the crisis. However, um, I don't expect that things will return to normal by December of this year, because uh, the Strait, first of all, um, I mean, I don't know that they're going to be able to unblock this thing. And I don't think Trump um, should be risking U.S. ships, putting them in that Gulf, trying to export, because Iran can hit um, ships in that Gulf, um, and they're still hitting spots in these Gulf states, so they haven't been disarmed. And I think there's a good chance you're going to see a bad event happen if U.S. ships go into the Gulf and try to get through or get these ships through. And that threat, I don't see it going away. Iran's a huge country. Um, there are a lot of people loyal to Shia Muslim. Um, they assassinated the leader, so um, plus there's all this other infrastructure damage going on, and it doesn't seem like there's any kind of inclination to back off or back down from this war. So um, I think it could. And the other thing is, just because we saw this spike, it's not like we've seen the end of the spike. So what I expect is we're going to find a new equilibrium, a short-term equilibrium. Um, once things kind of once we figure out, well, what is the ultimate production now that it's had to be reduced in these places, how much is getting out, and um, how much of an effect does it have? And it could be a very, very severe spike that we see even from here. um, now again, the higher the price, the higher the spike, the more arbitrage channels are going to be incentivized to try to move oil. But that takes time. It takes time to get a truck into an Arab country and ship the oil thousands of miles away to wherever it needs to go, through a channel that hasn't traditionally been used to move that oil. Um, so we could see a real big spike. The best thing to do is to have a full tank now and to be prepared to complete some tasks without using oil for a while, using gas, because this is all going to hit gas prices, especially if you're a diesel user, because diesel has more inelastic demand, and we're seeing that already, with big spikes in the diesel futures contracts. So, yes, metals have been quiet so far, but I don't think I think Shanghai's only just opening right now, so it's a new trading week, and we'll see what happens.